Hello, my name is Brad Murray. This is my first YouTube video with commentary, and today's crit went pretty well. There were quite a few teams here in the pack. You can see Tri-Zone. They had, I believe, 4 people. There was the Larry H. Miller Cycling Club. I believe they had 4 really strong people. Today's crit was the DLD flat course, I believe. It has 6 corners. Because of the nature of the course, it's really hard to pass people, and the easiest place to pass is on the start-finish straight, which has the most space. Now, because of the 6 corners, that also means that when it comes down to the end of the race, you really want to be up near the front for the last corners. Yeah, let's dive into the race a little bit here. So we had 4 really strong people by the Larry H. Miller Cycling Club. You have Sean, you have Jeremy, and you have Parker. The first little bit of the race, I kind of just sat in, just kind of staying with the pack, just trying to keep easy, just kind of hanging around, looking at the other teams. There were a handful of different attacks, including one by myself during the race. I even put in an attack in this race. Now, when I was going, I tried to make sure that I timed it with during the start-finish straight. Normally that's when we catch solo riders off the front, and normally that's when the fields slow down. So I tried to leave a little bit of a gap so I could try and build up speed and build up momentum and take the corners and slingshot past everybody. This week's attack was better than last week. Last week I had 1, this week I had 1. And this week I was able to last a little bit more than a lap. I noticed that I was getting pulled back by Parker, who I was really wanting to work with today. So I saw he was coming behind me, and I kind of slowed down a little bit, hoping that me and him could get a gap together and be able to ride off the front and stay away, but unfortunately that didn't happen this week. Coming down here to the end of the race, there was a lot of action and a lot of movement in the field, more than normal. We had Larry H. Miller Cycling Club chasing back a solo rider who had attacked a few laps previous. Now, they were driving hard, and their teammates were really encouraging them on, trying to help the rest of the team be able to take the lead. Now, coming into the last few laps, I could see that Parker was on the front. Normally, he likes to go for the long bomb. He likes to send it with a few laps to go, and he likes to send it in the middle of the race to see how well see how long he can hold out for. Now, this week, I underestimated him. He had a really strong performance and pulled the entire field for multiple laps at the end and was still able to out-sprint everybody. Now, I was expecting the field to slow down like it normally does in the start-finish straight with a couple laps to go. Normally there's a little bit of a lull from the other teams kind of scrambling together to get their riders on the front, and there's always a lot of individual riders. So I always anticipate a slowdown at the end of the race. And unfortunately that did not come. Now, I was telling myself multiple times that when we were pulling back different breaks and different solo riders that I was going to attack. However, lines that I took and tactics that were played did not enable me to make that final move in the last couple laps. And when it comes down to it, I'm not a very strong sprinter, and I don't particularly enjoy mixing it up in a sprint. However, that's what this race called for today. With coming into the last lap, I was sitting fourth wheel, and I thought that Parker was going to lead out the race for a sprinter back in his team. However, that did not happen, and he just ended up pulling the entire race field all the way through to the finish, and he out-sprinted everybody. Now, coming into the last two corners, which is a really sharp pretty much a hairpin turn. It's a fast hairpin turn, but you can't really pass. I was able to get in front of a guy, sit myself in third, and as you can see, I sort of boxed him in with another rider who was being lapped. Kind of a little cheeky little move. Not entirely the safest move, I would say. However, I made that move, and he slowed down in order not to crash. So, yeah, today I came in third. Thank you for tuning in this week. This weekend, I have a half marathon that I'm running with a buddy of mine, Josh, and up in Ogden. Hopefully I can get some good video footage and some good photos that I'll be able to post to YouTube and to Instagram. So keep an eye out for that, and hope to see you next week.